What's up, YouTube? So today it's going to be a deck profile of Mystic Piper Exodia. I guess the pros of the deck, I like to say, would be that it's really consistent. Your hands, you usually get a piece, some stalling equipment, and a search. And it's usually like 4 out of 5 you get that, which is more consistent than many other decks I've played in the past. Some cons is decks that Gravekeepers, what else? Dragons, because they use cards like Card Destruction and World Tribute, you could end up getting rid of your Exodia piece, which is a problem. Also, sending your Exodia piece banishing Exodia pieces with Gold Sark could also become a problem because you run Levier. So that's just some of the brief overview, but we'll just jump in. You have your 5 pieces, pretty standard. Your Mystic Piper, he lets you tribute and then reveal. If it's level 1, you get to draw an extra. So yeah, he's really good. He's the main engine of the deck, I'd like to say. So yeah. Next we have, or he works really well for getting your Exodia pieces. So that's why you run him. It's the main engine. King Kaboya, he lets you essentially get back a monster from the grave, and then they both get banished. Or if he gets destroyed, the monster gets banished. But you get back your Mystic Piper usually, tribute it, draw 2, and then during the end phase, because it's a spirit, it returns to the hand. He also works for other things, just to get things from the extra deck. So he's also a really nice card to use. Next is your 2 Veilers. Say your opponent's running Ducks, or he's running Direct Unity. He gets out his Ducks. He's going to go into his Stardust eventually. You only take 16 or 18 or whatever Ducks has instead of taking the 25 from Stardust, which will make you stay around for a turn longer. So essentially Battle Fader can help. Effect Veiler can help. Now Battle Fader, he's one of the main stalls. He's probably one of my more favorite stalling cards, just because he stays on the field, which means you could use him other than Scarecrow. Cyber Valley. Cyber Valley is also really nice. You use the first 2 effects all the time, just constant draws. And it's like a Battle Fader, except that in the sense that it can negate the battle and it stays on the field and then eventually negates the battle phase or his attack. So he's really nice. Your 2 Scarecrows. Scarecrow, it's my least favorite out of the stall cards, but it's still good. You run a Monster Reborn for the reborning of monsters and the extra normal summon. You run Heavy Storm to get rid of Solemn Judgments, etc. Next you have 3 Gold Sark, search out your pieces. Also, if you have a lot of cards in deck that you just don't want to draw into, Gold Sark them. That way, one, your Exodia pieces are safe from being like Leviered when they're banished. So yeah, they're pretty good. Next, you have the Duality. Duality lets you search out, set up your plays for your Mystic Piper. You have your 1 day of peace, free draw, and like a Scarecrow combined because you don't take damage, so it's really nice to draw. Just hope your opponent doesn't get something from that draw. You run the 2 Upstart Goblins. Might take it up to 3 and get rid of 1 day of peace. It's just a good draw. 1 day of peace, it's alright. It lets you get out of Cyber Valley if you have like an extra Veiler in hand that you don't want to use. I find it's a waste of 2 cards, so I might take it out. So yeah, next you have 3 Where Art Thou's. Now, Where Art Thou is an amazing card. It's the one thing that makes this deck so much better than other Exodia decks, or in my opinion, because you could just search out your Exodia pieces, which no other deck can do. Also, if you're in a tight squeeze and you need to get your Mystic Piper to get your draw 2, you can get your Mystic Piper to draw 2. You don't have to just do your Exodia pieces. Next is the 3 traps that I use to stop the attacks. As you can notice in this deck, I have 11 ways to stop attacks. So I don't really need more traps. So there's no real sense in it. Without the traps, it's monster ways to stop. So 15 total, or 14 total. And next you have your 2 Karibos. It's a personal choice I like over DD Crow. If I was playing competitively, I'll put in DD Crow just because I could banish from their grave. But Karibo's really nice as well. It's just good. First turn, he attacks, you stop it. It's like a mini Scarecrow, I guess. So it's really nice. Next, your 2 Lava Golem. Never really used, but you run so many ways to stop attacks. If you want to go and get them for burn, you can, I guess. Never really use them. Very rarely, I like to say. Next, you have 3 DD Crows, 3 Wing Karibos. First turn, game 2, you could set it, try bluffing him out. You put it in attack mode, you'll save a turn, but I find it's the same thing as Cyber Valley. It's not useful as much because it can get taken. Dark Hole, it just sets up so if your opponent has a lot of monsters on the field next turn and it's hard to get rid of. 3 MSTs for game 2. They're good to sign in Mind Drain. You have to get rid of them somehow. 2 Fissures is personal preference, and the 2 DD Crows. Next is your extra deck. I'd add some more cards to the extra deck just to bluff people out and not make them think I'm playing Exodia. But I'd use 4 Milsinkon. He's one of my most used ones. It's just a free draw. And if you have a Battle Fader left on the field and a Yugioh too, and only say an Effect Railer engraved, you can get out your Effect Railer, sink through, and get him. Next is the 3 Slacker Magicians. It's alright for stalling if your opponent doesn't really get out really high-tech monsters, but it's rarely gone into for my deck, I guess. I just put it in there because I could use it. And then the 3 Samoji Soldiers, which are really nice. It's a free draw. Just make sure your opponent doesn't benefit off the draw, like if you're playing a mirror match. And that's about it for the deck, really. Just a quick update. I'm doing this contest right now on Reddit. So the contest is, if you subscribe to us, write in the comment of Reddit on the YouTube giveaway, which is on the hot page. You might have a chance to win 2 secret Naturia Beasts, 1 gold beast, and 1 secret Barkion. So you guys should enter that. So yeah, this is Team Frontrunner signing out. Like, subscribe, all that. And we'll see you soon. Or we'll post another video using this deck. Bye.